What is up, and welcome back to the Wigan Athletic career, where we are into the month of November, and we find ourselves sitting atop the League One table, still unbeaten in the league. However, if you look at our record, 10 wins, 4 draws, no losses, we have had some close calls. We've drawn a few games, which means I have figured out the balance. If you remember back to last episode where we kind of dominated Fulham, we only won 1-0, but Fulham I don't think really even had a shot in that game. I figured out the balance of this ridiculous game that EA has produced, and we're actually having to now fight for points. So that's an improvement. But a quick recap of what happened since the end of last episode. We finished off last time against Fulham with that 1-0 win in the Carabao Cup. We then had a run of pretty low scoring games as I was trying to figure out the balance and how to make this game work properly. We drew 1-1 with Leyton Orient. We beat Exeter 2-0. Into October, we beat Wycombe 2-0, drew with Peterborough 1-1, beat Burton Albion 1-0, and then 9-5 against Charlton. Don't ask. I don't know. It was the most ridiculous game I've ever witnessed. Yusuf Arabi had 5 goals in the first half. I think he finished with 7 goals total. Just neither team came out and decided they just both didn't want to defend. I have no clue what happened in that game. I haven't really changed much since that game. But you can see the rest of the score lines are pretty realistic, I would think. 9-5. No clue. No clue at all. We then went on to draw against Mansfield Town 3-3. That was rather disappointing. We should have won that game. We were up 3-1 in that one, and they scored 2 late goals to come back and take a point from us. Bolton, the next one, almost an exact replica. Up 3-1 late. Bolton scored a goal. They almost scored an equalizer. I'm not sure what was going on. Late in games for us. Having trouble putting teams away, it seems. And then the Carabao Cup match against Cheltenham in the round of 16, 3-0 win there. They were the only League 2 team left, and somehow they had to play us. It was fortunate for us, and our fortunes continue in that competition. Because of the 8 teams in this quarterfinal, 5 of them are Premier League teams, 2 are Championship teams, and then us, the lone League 1 side remaining. But we got drawn against one of the Championship teams in Cardiff. Not only that, we got the lesser of the two between Preston and Cardiff. Cardiff's in 15th place, Preston's in 11th. So, I mean, if it was ever set up for an upset, this would kind of be it. I feel like given our form and Cardiff struggling in the Championship, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be like it was against Fulham, but I think there's at least a possibility that we could win this game. But the Carabao Cup, we'll have to wait until next episode. I think we actually play that in December. Yeah, we do. We have Cardiff on the 18th of December, and then next episode we'll also play Rotherham. But today, we have Birmingham City, and we have Lincoln, who are the 2 teams that are 3 points behind us. Yeah, we got our work cut out for us in this one. And we're starting off with a little bit of bad news. Brian Gonzalez is going to be away on international duty for that Lincoln game. I think this is his 3rd international call-up this season. We're only in November. It's a little frustrating to deal with, but, it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it. We also have to keep in mind that both Leicester City and Manchester United have not been exactly happy with how we're using their loanees. Not giving them enough playing time, apparently. So, Silko Thomas and Joe Hugel, I'm trying to get them more involved. Hugel, he's our only other striker behind Yusuf Arabi, but he is no Yusuf Arabi. He just is not. He played the entire game against Cheltenham. He did eventually score in that game in like the 75th minute. But he had so many chances, and he just could not put the ball in the back of the net. Most of his chances ended up going right at the goalkeeper. He's been a little bit disappointing, but we don't have money to go replace them. Similar with Silko Thomas. He's gotten more playing time than Hugel has this season, but I can't afford to lose him. We don't have the money to go sign replacements. And you know what? I kind of forgot about the youth academy. We do have Lewis Thornton sitting here. He is 60 overall. You can see the ETA for him hitting 61 is 6 weeks. So he will hit 61 around the beginning of January. Maybe in January, we give him a call-up and see what he can do. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, I haven't really been overly impressed with Silko Thomas or Ola Kigbe, our other loanee winger. I mean, he could possibly carve out a role for himself this season. And if he plays well going into next year, maybe we stick with him. And we are set now for this game away against Birmingham City. We had a week and a half since our last match against Cheltenham in the Carabao Cup. So we're well rested. We're fully fit and ready to go. which is going to be important because we're about to play 3 games in 7 days. We have a BSM trophy match midweek before we take on Lincoln City. So our depth is going to be put to the test once again. What is this? Williamson is absolutely mahoosing it. Oh boy, here comes Birmingham City. The ball slipped through. I have noticed the way I have it set up now, that is the most dangerous play. That little slip through ball with the runner running in behind the center back, it works almost every single time. I'm not really sure how to fix that. It just is what it is. I think maybe with a little bit better defenders, we might be able to stop it, but we're down 1-0 early. Rankin's making a good run up the wing. Can Asgard find him? He's going to go for Yusuf Arabi instead. Arabi waited way too long to do anything with that. I'm not even sure a shot would have been on there anyway, but we're going to get a corner from it. Birmingham are really not having any issues getting the ball up the wings and creating in the attacking half. And, they're in their 18-yard box again. Oh, Morel. Not sure what he's doing. We should have just kicked it out or kicked it long. Instead, he gives it back. And Sam Tickle is forced to make another save. So at halftime, I'll be honest, that's the worst half of football we've played all season. Not great in the biggest league match we've had so far. Didn't manage a shot on target. Our XG of 0.2 is not going to get it done. Just bad all the way around. Not nearly good enough. All right, start of the second half. I've also, by the way, fixed the issue where I can now actually make tactical changes during the game. So that's also an improvement for us. So I moved things a little bit. I've kind of pushed us a little further up, looking to go a little bit quicker, a little more counter-attacking if possible. And already, better. We have a shot on target. I'm not loving the fact that Brian Gonzalez is forced that deep to defend. We're also just not gonna pick this guy up. What are we doing? What was that defending? That's the defending I saw on that 9-5 against Charlton where they just let people walk through, but both teams were doing it. We can't afford to just be us. We're gonna have to defend a little bit back there, boys. And to make matters worse, somewhere, Brian Gonzalez picked up a knock. I left him in there for a little bit, hoping that we could pull a goal back, but it's looking more and more like this is going to be our first loss of the season. So I'm just going to pull him off, avoid further injury. He is vital to our success this season. Ball up for Cessignon, who is playing as an auxiliary striker right now. Robbie was making a good run, but Cessignon can't find him, and then passes it to the center back. Yeah. Oh, this has been an absolute disaster class from Wigan. This is by far the worst I've ever seen us play. This has been horrific, and they're probably going to get a third one here. Oh, yes, they definitely are. They definitely are, as we got caught pushing numbers forward. 3-0 to Birmingham, and that is going to be our first loss of the season. I guess a bit of good news, Brian Gonzalez is only out for 5 days. That is a bit unfortunate, though, because that means he's going to miss the BSM trophy game, and then he's going away on international duty and going to miss the Lincoln game. Essentially, a 5-day injury is going to mean he misses almost this entire month. Not what we needed. And it would appear the Bristol Street Motors Trophy is not going to be our competition this year, and darn, I'm so disappointed that it won't be. Eh? We lose, got kind of embarrassed actually by Tranmere Rovers 3-0. Mostly a reserve team in there, getting some of the loanies some minutes and just trying to save fitness for the upcoming game against Lincoln, but yeah, that's 2 losses in 2 games in this competition. I don't think we're going to make it out of our group. We are set for this game against Lincoln. 2 changes for us. Obviously, Brian Gonzalez gone on international duty, so Silko Thomas will step into that left midfield role. And I'm going to bring Lewis Tate back. Matty Smith was great for a stretch of games. His form has kind of fallen off a little bit, so Scottish Pirlo back in there. Hopefully he can help us create something because we've gone 2 games in a row now without scoring a goal. Silko, what are you going to do with it? Just sitting on it. Gives it to Morel. Back to Silko. Out wide for Robinson. He's going to slow it down. Inside for Morel. Or no, that's Asgard. In there for Arabi. There's a good look. Arabi! Yusuf Arabi! Into the bottom corner. And we've got ourselves a goal. It was nice build-up play. Patient from us. More like the Wigan I'm used to seeing. All right. The question is, though, can we lock it down? 1 goal typically not enough to get us 3 points. We're going to need to score more. We're going to need to try to play some defense today. That would be very helpful. And we're just letting them run up the wings. Love that. Oh my God, Sessignone's gotten turned inside out for the second time by the same guy. That was almost an instant reply. We suck defensively. We flat out suck defensively. There you go, Hughes. Playing a little defense. I like it. Finally, somebody showing some life on that back four. Arabi back for Rankin. Rankin, wrong team, but Dariqua gives it back to Rankin, and now Arabi's on it, coming forward. I mean, Asgard has all the space in the world, walks through the defense, and blasts it into the far corner. That looked like us defending. Everyone just kind of backed off and cut passing lanes, and nobody stopped the man with the ball. That was some classic Wigan defending right there. I love to see it coming from the other team. It's 2-0 to Wigan. Step overs. Civic got sent an absolute... What? Civic is our highest rated center back. I do not trust him at all. Honestly, if Kerr had better stamina, I probably would play Kerr every game. That's a lie because I could have played Kerr in this game and I didn't. So, I don't know. I just don't trust any of our center backs. Hughes is sometimes good, sometimes not. He's better. He's more consistent than anyone else on that back four, though. I don't know. I don't like our center back pairings at all. Oh, no. I just saw it happening in slow motion. And once again, I'm pretty sure that was Civic that just they didn't cut a passing lane. He didn't mark a man. He just stood there. Come on, Arabi. That was a nice move. Silko has a shot. Oh, good save from the keeper. We'll have a corner before halftime. Can we do anything with this? Asgard over it. Whip a ball, backstick. Civic is there. You're 9.5 feet tall, and you can't win a header. Nah, I got to get rid of Civic. Civic's got to go. That's the number one thing we need in the offseason, or maybe even in January if we have enough money. I need a center back that I can count on. Hughes, I'm okay with, but Civic is trash. I don't trust him. I don't like him. We still have the ball. Oh, hey, Scottish Pirlo almost scored. Start of the second half here, and already made a change. Civic is off. Kerr is on. Done watching. I can't watch it play anymore. He might never see the field again. Honestly, I don't know if I have enough center backs and depth to actually do that. But if I do, he's never seeing the field again. Rankin for Arabi. That dude sent. Oh, a shot from Yusuf Arabi! I was absolutely waffling there, and Arabi just popped it from distance. That caught me off guard. I don't know what that defender was. Where was he going right there? I have no idea, but Arabi, what a strike! There's the Yusuf Arabi I know. The goal scoring machine is back. 2-goal lead restored. Can we hang on to it for more than a half a second? Oh my. I have noticed a lot that after one team scores, the other one seems to go down and at least have a chance to answer. And oh my God, they almost answered there. Sam Tickle, big save. Oh, Lincoln City, they're coming forward. What was that back heel? Please tell me he was on. He was onside. That would have been the assist of the century if they had pulled that off. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like this at all. Oh, what a save from Sam Tickle. I thought for sure that was going to be a second goal for Lincoln. 4 minutes remaining of the 90, and they very nearly made this thing interesting. We're ready to end this thing. Nope. Now? Blow it? Blow it? He blows it. That's fine. 3-1 to Wigan. 2 biggest games of the season so far. Probably the 2 best opponents we play. And we split it. You know what? We lost on the road. We won at home. We got absolutely demolished by Birmingham City. That's a problem. Birmingham City is probably the best team in this league. But we held our own against Lincoln. We won 3-1. I think we were the better of the 2 teams. They might have had a couple more chances than us, but we converted our chances better. Arabi is massive for us. And we got the 3 points. So that is where we're going to end things for today. Short and sweet and to the point. 2 games against the 2 best teams currently in our league. I'm not sure I'd put us in that conversation at this point. Birmingham City certainly is, and Lincoln City currently sits in 3rd, so I guess they would be the top 2 teams. Coming back next time, I'll finish the month of November off camera. We have a game against Stockport, and then our first FA Cup match of the year against Port Vale, but it's a League 2 team. I think I can handle taking care of Port Vale. I say that. We've lost to two, I think, League 2 teams in the BSM trophy so far, so maybe not. Hopefully we don't lose that game, but we will come back for that quarterfinal on the 18th of December in the Carabao Cup against Cardiff City. Good news, we're at home for that game, and I was very confident at the beginning of this episode that we could possibly get a result, but after what happened against Birmingham, I'm very much less confident now. So if that ends up being the end of our cup run in the quarterfinal, great. We beat one Premier League team. If it is the end, so be it. It'd be a little disappointing not to bow out to a Premier League team, but I mean, we are League 1, so we've kind of overachieved as it is. And then we'll also play this game against Rotherham. They're 6th place in League 1. And speaking of the League 1 table, we still sit at the top, level on points with Birmingham now. And if we're being completely honest, I know it's still early. It's November. It's a bit too soon to be talking about promotion and things. But if we do somehow manage to earn promotion, I don't think we survive the championship next season, given the state of this squad. It's very thin. We have zero depth. We have no money to improve that situation. We need time. We need time to develop our youth academy players. We have some good players there, but it takes a season or 2 or 3 to really develop them, let them mature, and get into the first team and make an impact there. They're just not ready. And with no money to go out and buy new players, we don't really have a chance in the championship if we were to earn promotion. Now, like I said, it's November. Bit early to be talking about all of that. But given that we still sit atop the table, we do have to kind of keep that in the back of our minds and what the heck we're going to do if that does happen. I think in January, I am going to call up Lewis Thornton. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that's a good idea? I'd like to get him a run out, see what he can do. We could use a little bit more depth in the winger positions. And honestly, outside of Rankin and Brian Gonzalez, I haven't been impressed with everyone else I've played out there. So might be worth a shot. Give him some time. Maybe he develops into a great player and he can help us out next season. Hopefully it's not in the championship. I'll be honest, I don't want promotion. In case you haven't figured out, I don't want to be promoted, but I'm obviously going to keep going and do the best that we can do. If we do earn promotion, we'll try to figure it out. But that is it. That's it for this one. That's where we're going to end it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you when we come back for some more Wigan Athletic career.